So what isn't better when it's very rainy and crappy weather outside to be inside editing photos with a warm cup of coffee? One sec. Much better. So Skyrim reached out to me and wanted me to try out their software called Luminar Neo to edit some wildlife images. So for the last 1.5 months, I have only used Luminar Neo for editing my photos. And I want to say a huge thanks to Skyrim, the creator of Luminar Neo, for sponsoring this video. And in this video, I'm sharing my favorite features and sliders inside of Luminar Neo for editing wildlife and nature photos. So first of all, I made a little folder here for this video where I put up a bunch of different photos that we're gonna take a look at. I want to make some kind of artistic, like zoomed in. I want the fox to kind of fill up the frame, and all this little orange fur is like the whole photo. So I want to show you a really nice feature, and that is upscale. So one thing I really like about Luminar Neo is that you can get extensions for the software that you can reach like inside of the program. So you don't need to have like plugins and external softwares. This is one of their extensions called Upscale. We're gonna drag this photo right into Upscale. Since this photo is very high resolution already, we're gonna use the 2x to just double that, to add pixels to your photo. So here we have the photo, and as you can see, we don't lose any detail. Like, in my opinion, it doesn't look like it's digitally cropped. It looks very good. Let's go to the edit tab and start making this a artistically, I don't know, photo. So I really want the fur to kind of pop out, and let's make it 4x5. I think that will fit let's make it 5x7. There we go. And then we can crop the image a lot here. So I really want the fox to be what's in the frame. We're gonna start off with some masking. And if you follow this channel, you know that I love local adjustments and masking. We're gonna go into develop here, where you have the exposure slider. But since we don't want this slider to affect the whole photo, we can click on masking. In this case, we're gonna use a linear gradient, and just add it here. And here you can see it's only affecting where I put the masking. If I want like an exactly the same one, I can click on masking again and put up another one here. Maybe I might add another one up here maybe. And we can drag down the exposure. We already have a lot more focus on the face, but we are not done yet. So I want to brighten up the eye here. So we need to have a radial filter like this. Everything you see that is red is what is going to be affected with the adjustments you make. So we want to invert this because we want the eye to be what's affected. And then we simply drag up the exposure. So I want to mess with the colors a bit. So let's go into colors, and here we can maybe drag up the saturation of the whole photo a bit. Or maybe the vibrance. Yeah, I really like how the vibrance is affecting the photo. Here you can see HSL, and if you're familiar to this is all the separate colors, and you can change the hue of them and the saturation and luminance, which is the brightness level of each color. So let's go into saturation and maybe make it really pop the orange. See how yellows, the yellows are really nice too. So I quickly want to show you the erase tab, and we're gonna try to remove this little mossy thing that's on the foxtail. It actually did a very nice job. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. Probably need to just fine tune it a little bit here. Okay, so we're gonna try to make this image a dreamy kind of looking image, and I think we're gonna go with glow here. And here you can change between the different kind of glow effects. And I really like the Ordon effect. You can just drag this up here, and you see that you get this kind of dreamy, like Lord of the Rings vibe to it, which I really, really like. But I don't want the Ordon effect to affect the eye here, because I want to make this eye a bit sharper. So first we're gonna take a radial gradient. So we're gonna mask that out from the glow effect, placing the mask over the eye. And here you can see that all that's red is what's going to be affected. There we go. So another cool extension is the super sharp, which you can add on to to Luminar Neo, which is basically it uses AI to sharpen your photos. I want to use this on the eye specifically here. So we're going to try to start off with masking. We're going to put a radial gradient and tell the software that, hey, I want the sharpness to be on the eye and not anywhere else. So let's try it out here. Yeah, something like that, I think. And invert it so it only affects the eye. Let's try middle. There we go. So there we go. The eyes are looking sharp and bright. And let's try landscape here. We can try the golden hour slider. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it, actually. We have more photos to edit, so we're not going to put too much time into this one. Maybe a bit too yellow, but so I'm happy right there. So the next feature we're going to look at is a sky replacement, and this is very, very cool. So this is a cool house I shot in Norway when I was there this fall. So I would recommend to start off by doing all the raw adjustments before making like all the kind of artistic adjustments, because you always want to edit the raw file first. So we're going to bump up the exposure a bit and maybe bump up the shadows just a little bit right there. So now we have the exposure about right. By the way, something is worth mentioning. You can click on view and show the histogram, and this is very nice if you want to have control of the exposure. So there we go. You know what? Let's go into the sky replacement because I really want to show you this. It's so cool. Let's pick a sky that I think would fit this scene. Maybe that one. It's insane how we can simply just... Yeah, that one looks very cool. This is so cool. If you have a photo that you really want to make it pop for, not for documental purposes, because then you shouldn't change the sky, but for artistic purposes, this is so cool. Let's try maybe flip the sky, but no. I want to change the horizontal position of the sky. Yeah, that will do. And here you can change how much do you want the sky to light up the scene, which is also very cool that it blends in really well, in my opinion. Like, look at the details on the trees here. It's just insane how well it does it. That looks very cool. And let's check out the AI tools a bit. We have the relight. You have a brightness near and a brightness far slider, and this simply brights up the stuff that is near the camera, and this brights up the stuff that is far from the camera. Okay, let's go overboard with this. I want to show you the sun rays. We want to place a little sun somewhere here. So the sun is coming from here, and I want the sun to kind of peak over the mountain. We don't want much like sun rays. We want more of a kind of glow. So I want to add warmth to it as well. Warmth, and we want the sun to match the sky, so it needs to be very, very warm. There we go. Looks cool. I want to brighten up this area here, and so let's do like we did on the first photo. Simply place a mask over here and invert it, and we can bump up the exposure just a little bit. And I really like this mystical slider. I think it's very cool. It's adding this kind of blur to the photo that we did on the other photo as well. We can try the enhance slider because this is like AI doing its thing. Let's try the sky enhancer a bit and just a bit of accent. There we go. I think the photo is done. Yep, this is before and after. Before and after. So now we're taking a look at this photo right here, and I want to make a pretty natural edit, and I want to pretty close up on this thing here, the Great Grey Owl of Sweden. Let's make the first raw adjustments. Brighten up the photo a bit, some smart contrast, and maybe pull down the highlights just a little bit. That's good for a start off. Okay, so let's try out the same thing again. Let's make this... Make the owl pop from the photo. Let's make another one, maybe coming from this side, like that. The light is coming from this direction, so I kind of want the light to still... I think that will do, I guess. And we can try out the dodge and burn to make the owl pop a bit. And here you have the amount slider in it. You get what that is. And you can change this after you've done the brushing. So I tend to like have it on the middle here, brush in the highlights where I want them, like this. And then afterwards, change the amount. Yeah, maybe somewhere around there. And then we're gonna add a new dodge and burn layer and just darken the shadows instead. So to add some contrast to the owl. We just want a little bit of it. There we go. So there we go, and we might change the greens a bit. I want to darken them just a tad. Shall we go with like a faded greens look, maybe? Yeah. We see we have some blues on the owl, so we can brighten up the eye, but just changing the luminosity of the blues. Okay, maybe that's a pretty cool, simple edit. Yeah. I think that looks good. Simple, and that's how we like it sometimes. So let's take a look at focus stacking, which is also an extension. I have the same photo here with different focus points, and we're simply going to drag all of those 5 into the focus stacking and stack. And these are all shot handheld, so no tripod, or the software will match up all of these photos. Go. So this is the focus stacked photo, and now it's just to start edit a bit, boost the shadows to have some kind of starting point. And as you see, we have focus all the way from here to here. Well, that looks good, I think. We can try the enhance slider here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna do some curves to add some contrast. Maybe a bit of a fade. Yes, something like that, maybe. Yeah. And let's do the dodge and burn again. I really, really like dodge and burning. As you can see, it's way too much, but we're gonna adjust that soon. There we go. And I want to brighten up this part as well, because this looks very cool. Let's do the shadows. And by doing dodge and burn like this, you really add depth to the photo, and if you do it well, you can make it look kind of 3D, which I really, really like. I use this on basically all my photos. Try to add a LUT here. So let's take my LUT. There we go. Like a cinematic video LUT that I have. And it's pretty cool that you can add them to photos as well. Yeah, something like that. Maybe the relight can work here. So brightness near. Yeah, it's really near. And the brightness far. I want to add some toning to this, so start off to add maybe some blues, because it's very moody outside. To the highlights, yeah, let's make it super moody. Let's go with blue. There we go. Before, after. Pretty nice. So we're not really done yet. We need to add the glow again, which I tend to always use because I really enjoy this. I think that's I think we're done. Before, after. So that, my friends, is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel inspired to try out Luminar Neo for yourself. I have a link down in the description to the software. And thanks again to Skylum for sponsoring this video. Have a good one. I will see you in the next video. Bye.